Most people who come to my channel are desperate. All they want is to have their ex back in their arms. And desperation makes you do crazy things. Makes you beg for attention, makes you give in to your impulses. And worst of all, it stops you from listening to your ex. And there's one thing that most exes will tell you that you need to pay attention to. When they say this, you need to respond in a very specific way or you are going to lose them forever. So here is what your ex is going to say that you cannot ignore. Your ex will say, "I need space." Now they might not say it in that way. They might say, "I'm taking some time for myself," or "I need to think," or even just "leave me alone." But the message is going to be the same. Give me time and space to myself away from you. Now you may think that they're just using this as an excuse, that they're just trying to push you away, or that if you give them space, then you're giving up and letting them move on. But that honestly couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, you need to listen to them. You need to give them that space right now. Because if you do anything else, if you try to argue with them, guilt trip them, try to pull them close, you're only going to make things worse, and you are definitely going to lose them for good. So we're going to talk about what you need to do when they tell you this. But first, we need to talk about some other ways that your ex will send you this message. Because before they tell you that they want space, your ex is probably going to show you. Now, I know that you're not a mind reader, but your ex is still going to expect you to understand. So by the point that they've come out and actually said it, they're going to be pretty frustrated or maybe even angry at you. So how will they send this message? Well, first, your ex is just going to pull away from you. They'll be hard to get a hold of. And if you keep pushing, they'll have all kinds of excuses about being busy. And then they'll say, I just need a break from other people, or I'm really focused on work or school or family or whatever it is right now. And then if you still don't take the hint, they'll start with, giving you one-word answers and then no answers at all. It'll be like this person that you used to share your life with no longer thinks about you, like you've been forgotten. But the truth is that they're just trying to get space from you so they have that time to actually think. They probably still have feelings for you. They don't hate you, but they will start getting annoyed if you don't take the hint and leave them alone for a while. Right now, like I said, you are still someone they care about. Despite their complicated feelings towards you, they still find themselves drawn to you, interested in what you're doing and what you're saying. But the more you keep clinging to your ex, the more those feelings are going to fade and be replaced by annoyance, anger, and ultimately revulsion. So how do you prevent this? Well, it all depends on how you handle yourself. So first off, when your ex is talking, whatever they're saying, you have to listen. They may not always be honest. They probably won't be. They might not even tell you the whole truth. But by listening to them, really listening, you can glean a lot about how they're feeling. Revolutionary concept, I know. Honestly, so many people get so distracted by their own goals and by their own feelings that their ex could be confessing to a crime and you wouldn't even hear it because you're too busy planning your next text. So when your ex says they need space, what you need to do is, first of all, avoid getting defensive or hostile. Don't pretend like you suddenly feel the same way. They'll be able to tell that you're lying, so just accept what they have to say. Tell them you understand, and then back off. Really, there's no perfect way to end this kind of conversation. You're not gonna get closure. And that's a good thing because closure is the first step to moving on. You want to deny your ex closure so they don't stop thinking about you. But of course, this is just the first step to winning back your ex. And if you want to know exactly what to do and when, you need a plan. So go to breakupbrad.com/plan and try out my custom plan tool. All you have to do is answer 13 questions about your breakup, and you'll receive a customized guide on how to win back your ex tailored to your specific situation. And then you just follow the steps and your chances of getting them back go through the roof. And again, it's completely free. So go to breakupbrad.com/plan to try it out for yourself. So once you've had this conversation, or once you've at least, gotten the sense that they want space, you basically just fade away. There's really no need to apologize, to share your feelings, or even to say goodbye. You just want to distance yourself from your ex immediately and completely. If you live together, make plans to move out as quickly as you can. If you have any important business, shared bills, a lease, belongings to exchange, do it now so that you don't have these things hanging over your head, interfering with what comes next. And what comes next is, you guessed it, no contact. You really need to separate yourself from your ex for several weeks to a month. Since your ex got to the point where they had to tell you to give them space, I personally would recommend at least 30 days of no contact if you really want to have a chance with them. This is pretty simple, but I'll make it clear because people always find a reason to contact their ex. They pretend like it's 100% necessary, but really they're just trying to get some attention from their ex so they can feel better. So don't make that mistake. Just stop checking in, stop calling them, stop hanging out. Don't go to their house or answer when they call. Don't hang out with them in a group setting or sit with them at work in the cafeteria. Really just stop all forms of contact with your ex. Really, this is what it means to give someone space. You need to go further than you want. Ideally, you go further than even they wanted when they told you to back off. By being extreme in this way, you're showing your ex that you've really heard them, that you've understood what they said, and that you got the message. You're telling them that you respect their decision and their agency. And that goes a huge way to changing how they feel about you. Because honestly, you will not believe how many people feel disrespected by their exes after a breakup. You think you're being caring and romantic, but they feel like you're trying to control and manipulate them. So just by backing off, you completely remove any risk of falling into that dynamic. Now, I know many of you are already wanting to turn off the video and just discount everything I've just said because you see it as giving up and letting your ex get away. But the truth is that doing this is absolutely not giving up. It's actually just setting you up to get back together once the period of no contact is over. So when you chase someone, they have two choices. Either give in and take you back or run away. And right after a breakup, your ex is not ready to even think about getting back together. They haven't even had a chance to process the breakup yet, much less explore their feelings for you. So that means they have no choice but to run. And the more they run, the more this feels like their role in your dynamic. You're the pursuer and they're the pursued. But when you really step away, you just completely eliminate that dynamic. All the pressure they felt when they thought about you, it's like it's disappeared. So now they have no distraction from their actual emotions. No sadness about losing you, shame for hurting your feelings, anger at another failed relationship. And because you're not there to blame for their problems, they feel something else powerful. They finally start to really miss you. And you can't miss somebody who's still there. And that's why no contact is the only way to make your ex actually miss you. So now they're alone with their thoughts, they're feeling isolated, and like they've lost something that's truly valuable. And while that month or however long it is apart is gonna be tough for you, it's gonna be even harder for your ex. They'll be dealing with the confusion and the indecision that's gnawing away at them, making them wonder if they really made the right decision. And because they're sad and because you're gone, getting you back is gonna seem like the logical next step to feeling better. And this is why people reach out during or after no contact. I've honestly seen it completely change how people look at their exes because of how it reshapes the dynamic. It often takes only a couple of weeks of no contact for an ex to break and come running back, apologizing for staying away so long. Of course, it doesn't always go like that, but at the very least, it will give your ex a chance to return to emotional neutral and stop looking at you like an enemy of their peace and emotional safety. Now, if you want to know more about how no contact works and how to pull it off in a variety of different situations, I've put a link to a video that I made on the topic in the description below or in the pop-up here in the corner. So check that out right now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and see you in the next video.